Wrap me in a bolt of lightning, send me on my way still smiling. Maybe that's the way I should go, straight into the mouth of the unknown. I left the spare key on the table, I never really thought I'd be able to say I merely visit on the weekends. I lost my whole life and a dear friend. I've said it so many times.
Yeah, according to Matt Schneidman's Stats and Information, you guys are the only playoff team that doesn't have a first round or a first team All-Pro. So I assume that makes you Coach of the Year then, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but no, I think that's just a credit to, the collective unit, everybody playing together, doing their 111th, and I'm glad they didn't ask me because I would have certainly voted for a couple of our guys, but it is what it is.
What'd you think of Dave's season?
I thought he had an outstanding season. I think really our offensive line did a great job all year long, and we need them to play big for us moving forward.
When you've got a left tackle like Dave, from a game planning perspective, it must make things a lot easier, doesn't it? That you're fairly certain that whoever's he's going against can take care of that guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You get less concerned about sticking them on an island. Really, I feel like that on either side, to be honest with you, with him and Brian. I've been on teams where you got to make sure the slide's going a certain way so you're not on those man-to-man blocks. But when you have two tackles as good as they are, it really doesn't matter. It's more concept driven at that point.
After a couple of days, Matt, do you feel you might be in good shape, roster-wise, health-wise, going into Monday after giving some guys some time these last 2 days to get healthy or get better, get healthy?
Yeah, no, we were missing quite a few guys today, but they're doing the rehab and the things necessary to come back, and hopefully everybody will be healthy, ready to go on Monday.
We saw Ty working with the running backs a little bit. Is that just because Danny's out, or is that something you guys are actually pondering for the playoffs?
Yeah, that was more or less because we needed a fullback today, and with Danny being down.
Matt, your defense has been really good in the fourth quarter, 8 of the 17 interceptions, the lowest QBR in the league. Why do you think they played so well in those final 15 minutes?
I can't give you a great answer on that other than the fact that, they just, when we needed it most, they've delivered. And that's huge for this football team, and that's going to be important and absolutely critical to our success in the playoffs as well.
Matt, when you bring the staff in Sunday night, once you know your opponent, will start working, or will you just start Monday morning?
We'll start Monday morning, and we've done quite a bit of prep over this last week, and I'm sure there will be a lot of the guys in here anyway, but nobody's going to be required.
Matt, Devontae was telling us the other day that in 17, when Aaron Jones got here, he kind of picked him as a dark horse that was going to become a player. Apparently the veterans do that sort of thing at OTAs. I know you weren't here then, but what did you think when you took the job and you looked at Aaron Jones and thought about how he would fit what you wanted to do offensively?
Well, yeah, I mean, you watched the tape and you saw an explosive back. I know his numbers reflected that as well, his yards per carry and everything. I think it was tops in the league. I just love the person he is, how he attacks his job on a daily basis, and just his versatility. And it's not just as a running back, it's not just out of the backfield as a receiver, but in the pass protection. I know I've said it a few times. He's done a really good job in that area as well, and you just don't find that from most backs.
What's the balance of when you're putting together the game plan? You want to be obviously opponent-centric and driven to attack their weaknesses, but also staying true to what your strengths are and finding that identity, I guess, over 16 weeks and knowing what that is. How do you balance that out?
Yeah, I think it's week by week. Obviously, you have your core concepts that you're going to stick to. But ultimately, it's about how can we most effectively move the football? who's our best personnel grouping to have out there to attack the defense. And that's something that we evaluate each and every week.
So is it more about who you're playing than when it comes to the plan than what your strengths are as an offense?
No, I don't want to say that. I think there's a balance there. You know, you always got to know who you are and what you do well, and certainly you don't want to get away from that. And you know, it's kind of funny because it seems like there's some stuff that we've done really well some weeks and then not so well the other weeks, and it's just about trying to find that consistency within our offense. And then, like I said, just if there is a weakness from a defense, you want to try to exploit that and go after that.
You know, Aaron made the comment yesterday that there's some plays that you guys are running that he thinks the timing is really good on, and then he feels like, you know, there's been some plays where you guys just can't quite get the timing. Is that something that you still can feel hope that with this week off you can get more plays into the timing is good category, or is that, you know, is it maybe too late for that to happen?
I don't want to ever say it's too late, because that gives you zero hope in anything you're doing. And if we ever feel that way about a specific play, then we'll scrap it and we'll shelve it and we'll work on it in the off season. But yeah, there is rooms for improvement, and with some of the stuff that we're going to continue to run, but ultimately it's about finding out and exactly what we do the best, and try to showcase that.
You know, we hadn't got to watch like real practice for quite a while until today. We saw that, you know, when Rodgers and the quarterbacks were doing the bootleg stuff, that you were the pass rusher. How long have you been feeling up like that, where you can be you?
Yeah, I don't know, not very long. So
Or is it just kind of a new thing?
yeah, well, I've gotten a little healthier as we've gone, as the season's progressed, and it's not, and I promise you, it's not because of all the time I've spent rehabbing this thing. So.
And now, actually, I was just going to ask you that though. Has it been a challenge to get your focus on yourself when you have 63 guys over there to focus on?
No, it's pretty easy to keep the focus on the main thing. There's going to be plenty of time in the off season to try to get my calf back. It's pretty embarrassing right now. You will not be seeing me in shorts anytime soon. So.
I mean, obviously, you guys can practice without you filling that role, but just from your perspective, how important is it for you to be out there and more of a hands-on than maybe you were, 2 months ago?
I think it's important. Just, that's what I love to do, and hopefully I don't know, maybe it brings some energy. But no, I always want to be in the mix. I always want to be in the fray, and that's why you get into coaching, because you love kind of doing that and coaching the guys up and giving them looks and, just talking ball.
Matt, this might be difficult to answer yourself, but what do you think it is about you that your players appreciate the most?
I don't know. I can't sit up here and talk about that. You're going to have to ask those guys.
Where have you seen Alan Lazard progress the most in his game just this season alone?
I just think in all facets he's progressed. He certainly showed a toughness and a desire in the preseason. He was physical. He made some plays. I think the more he's gotten into it, the more confident he's gotten. And again, he continues to make plays, and it started in his first opportunity versus Detroit, way back the first time we played them, and it's continued throughout the season. And I think I know the rest of the guys that are out there with him have a lot of confidence in him too, as well as our coaching staff.
Matt, with the All-Pro that's coming out today, and David being the only one, do you kind of like that for your team? It seems like the guys took a chip on their shoulder from the Pro Bowl voting coming out. The very next games, the Darius had 3.5 sacks. Do you like any little bit of added motivation that you guys can get and be this maybe positive like that?
I don't. I want our guys to get praise and get the recognition for a job well done, more so than anything else. And I don't think that's going to be a tipping point necessarily to push them over the edge. I think we've got a really good locker room, a high character locker room that these guys are intrinsically motivated to put their best out there. And I don't necessarily think that, whether they get voted to this team or that team, that's going to make a huge difference. I think it's about these guys that are, like I said, like the character in that room.
Two more, please.
So, Matt, we know that you have Rob's vote for Coach of the Year. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a vote. And we also have learned that you aren't going to talk about, as you just showed with Chris, you're not going to talk about what you feel really good about, what you've done. So, during your self-scout, what was the one thing that you looked at that you wanted to do better now that you have the playoffs behind you? What's the one thing that you're focused on personally to do better yourself?
Just trying to continue to do a better job of putting our guys in position. Like we talked about, it's just there's been some really good moments, and then there's been some moments where you always look at yourself and say, well, why did I call that? And or I wish I would have done this. And I get it. Hindsight's 20/20, and I never want to be one of those guys that's just all about the results, because I do think if your process is right, then you got a much better chance at achieving the desired result. And we put a lot of time into this thing, and I trust the other guys that are helping make a lot of those decisions. Really fortunate to have such a great staff that we have everybody on the same page. Everybody's got the same goal in mind, and there's no agendas or egos, and I think that's rare in this profession. So, but you always want to look at yourself critically and look at what you could do better, and hopefully we've got some nuggets moving forward that we can help put our players in better position.
Do you think you and the offensive staff have grown in terms of in-game adjustments? Remember you guys got off that big start against Minnesota, and then we were asking, well, go up 21-0, and then, do you think that that's an area where you guys as a staff have really gotten better as the season has gone on?
Yeah, I think so, but again, every game is a new challenge, and so you got to look at every game individually. And there's been some really good moments, and there's been some not so good moments. So, but overall, I think we have grown together as a staff. I think there's definitely a better understanding of what we want to try to get accomplished and how we go about doing that.